Good morning, Agape. It's a wonderful wet morning, but it's all right because we're going to do a little bit of lightning. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day I let my love light shine. So you can join in us with us right now. This little light of mine, come on y'all, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh yeah, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day I'm gonna let my love light shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day I'm gonna let my love light shine. Deep down in my heart, come on. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, deep down in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Deep down in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day I'm gonna let my love light shine. One more time. This little light, mine, sing it at home. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day I'm gonna let my love light shine all over the world, all over the world. That's right. Shine your light, y'all. Shine your light. Woo! Woo!
Thank you,
All
Brenda
right.
Lee. Good morning, Agape. My name is Reverend Jason Davion Mitchell. I'm inviting you wherever you are to rise up in your inner awareness for the reading of the meditative thought. Today, continue to nourish your dreams. Hold fast to your vision and do something every day to bring it into manifestation. Everything is possible in God because God is the infinite possibility within everything. Mm-hmm. Know that you are God's beloved, in whom God is well pleased. Never give up on yourself. That's for all of us to contemplate as we move through the week from our very own Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. Brenda Lee.
Well, it's time for our congregational song. You can find it on the screens. Stand up and sing with us if you'd like. We usually stand. The song is called Use Me, and it's one of the best songs in the whole world because it just tells what our purpose here. Use me, oh God. I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Oh, I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all and all, needing us shine its light as you, as me. So use me, oh, oh God, I stand for you and hear about as you show me all that I must do. All that I'm saying is command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, use me, use me. Oh God, I stand right here for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Thank you, Agape.
Beautiful day, Agape Nation. Let's welcome to the platform Nina Gray. She's a California native singer-songwriter, producer, vocal coach, and creative group facilitator, using music as a tool to amplify the spirit of love. Her music has struck a chord with listeners worldwide, themes of unity, mindfulness, compassion throughout her original works. In addition to assisting vocal students activate their authentic voice, Nina's currently working on her second full-length studio album release slated for spring of 2024. Nina wants you to remember one thing: you are no accident. You came here on purpose with a specific gift to give. You can find out more at ninagray.com. Nina, come forth. Please give her some love and appreciation in the chat.
Good morning, Agape. Good morning. This is a song dedicated to the greatness around us, the greatness within us. Happy New Year. Cheers to your greatness. 1, 2, 3. Fresh start, blank page, cheers to a new day. Oh, 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 oh. I'm leaving behind some old ways. Bye-bye, bye-bye. I'm giving up all of my reasons, all of my excuses. Made in the image of God, about time that I prove it. I'm pushing the limit, cause I know I'm put here to do it. Made in the image image of God, about time that I prove it. Greatness, I'm coming towards you. Greatness, I claim. Greatness, I'm walking towards you. From greatness, I'm made. No more pretending I'm not one in a billion. Came here with this seed and growing, it's my mission. So greatness, I claim. Every day, every day, every day. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You got the pad, you got the pen, writing out your life over and over again. Oh, 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 oh. But no one could do it like you do. Miracle child, you're living proof that God is good, that God is good. Greatness, I'm coming for you. Greatness, I claim. Greatness, I'm walking towards you. From greatness, I'm made. No more pretending I'm not one in a billion. Came here with good love and growing, it's my mission. So greatness, I claim. Every day, every day, every day. Yeah, you got that, I got that, we got that. Greatness, you got that, I got that, we got that. Greatness, so bring forth that, bring forth that, bring forth that greatness. Every day, every day, every day. Every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nina. That was so beautiful. In the chat, give her more love and appreciation. Let's appreciate the house band. We have Karen Hammock on piano, Josh Sclair on guitar. Oh, my mic works better now. On drums, Ray Fred Griffin, and bass, Dwayne Augustine. And we always are so blessed with our Agape music ministry. So let's give the band some more appreciation and love. Thank you so much. Yay. Blessed and beautiful day, Agape Nation. Welcome to the divine delight of the Holy Spirit expressing as this service. Reverend Michael is out this week. He's been traveling. You'll hear more from him later, as we always love to do. I love always to hear from him. I know he's thinking about us. I know he's tuning in, because that's what he does. And as always, I'm Reverend Coco Stewart, yes. And as always, when Reverend Michael steps out of this platform, even when he's working off-site, he leaves powerful, active, dynamic spiritual consciousness in play and in place for each of us. And today, we're very excited to welcome to this platform our own master practitioner, Akili Beckwith. You can give him some love and appreciation. His topic is this: from the light, through the darkness, back to light. You have a say. So we're looking forward to that. Profound teaching, I'm sure. If you are worshiping with us for the first time, if you're online and somebody recommended Agape to you, or if you just found us in some way, but definitely you're a part of the community, we would love to extend an Agape welcome to each and every one of you. So I invite you to stand up where you are, if you're comfortable doing that, and simply allow the Agape veterans who have been here before you, stretching back more than 36 years, to welcome you with love. So just stand up and accept this appreciation, and know that we do see you in our heart and our mind's eye, and we say this to you: welcome to Agape. We recognize you. We know who you really are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. You are a unique way that love, intelligence, and divine beauty are happening on this planet. Somewhere somebody's saying that, so I'm just trying to give space. You are a one-of-a-kind spiritual genius. We appreciate you. We thank God for you. Welcome to Agape. Thank you so much. Yep. Accept love and blessings. You can wrap your arms around yourself, accept an Agape hug, because we're grateful and delighted that you have chosen Agape to be your place of spiritually inspired inspiration today. And there's always stuff going on here, but we'll get to that later. We have magnificent Agape licensed spiritual practitioners who are holding us in prayer. They are maintaining the high watch, the high consciousness, lifting and elevating the service, and all of us who are conducting it, a part of it, and you, so that tremendous things can move through this space of healing, wholeness, and joy. They are, of course, under the direction of Reverend Kathleen and Reverend Jason Mitchell, and I am grateful. We have a particular Agape practitioner who will bring forth our affirmations, who has a specific assignment. Our affirmations, purpose statement, spiritual reading, and a living evocation of the heart. And today we're blessed to have Master Practitioner Stanley Bernard come forward on this assignment. Stanley.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. And good morning, Agape. Welcome to our Sunday service. I am so joyful and grateful that you are here. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is How to Live a Beautiful Life. Our speaker today is Master Practitioner Akili Beckwith. And his topic today is From the Light, Through the Darkness, Back to the Light. You have a say. It was my joy to facilitate our meditation session this morning with music provided by Soak. Today's musical inspiration is Nina Gray, and what an inspiration she was and is. Let's give her some acknowledgement and affection. Agape licensed spiritual practitioners and ministers are currently holding prayer vigil and engaging with you in the comments of this broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. You're invited to share any prayer requests there or contact our prayer ministry directly. Now it is time for our affirmations. I invite you to please stand and repeat them aloud after me, line by line. I am a cosmic idea forever becoming my true self. I am a cosmic idea forever becoming my true self. Magnificence is the starting point for everything I do. Magnificence is the starting point for everything I do. The great love and law of God orders my actions. The great love and law of God orders my actions. My life is a sacred practice of abundance and gratitude. My life is a sacred practice of abundance and gratitude. Joy is, I am. Joy is, I am. Peace is, I am. Peace is, I am. God is, I am. God is, I am. And so it is. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you. I will now read our purpose statement, and I invite you to hear this with new ears. Our purpose as an intentional spiritual community is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the New Thought, Ageless Wisdom teachings, and the energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. Our selected reading comes from the book Life Visioning by Michael Bernard Beckwith. It can be found beginning on page 22 of chapter 1, The Universality of Visioning. It is entitled, How Sweet the Surrender. Surrender is an expression of trust, a way of saying, I am available to what wants to emerge through me. I give my consent to it. It is a recognition that we are cradled by existence and are ultimately safe and secure regardless of what enters our experience. Let me say that again. It is a recognition that we are cradled by existence and are ultimately safe and secure regardless of what enters our experience. Even during times of deep uncertainty, by not resisting the unique gifts it offers us, we give ourselves the opportunity to realize that we are preparing to give birth to a deeper dimension of ourselves. Surrender frees us from attachment because it is a declaration that we are willing to release from our experience the mental, emotional, and behavior habit patterns that no longer serve us. It is a wider opening that invites us into our awareness, new insights, intuitive perceptions, and expanded goals. Whether it's about surrendering to the God of your understanding, to the higher self within you, or simply to the integrity of existence, the willingness to surrender whatever safety net you have created opens the way for your acceptance of and trust in what is revealed in the life visioning process. And in the vibration of the reading, I invite you to turn your attention within and to enter into that sacred space that resides at the very center of your being, to allow yourself to feel the nurturing, loving presence of spirit, to know that you are cradled in the love of God. As we can declare, as I declare, that right where you are, God is. It is in this vibration that I know that each and every one of us this day and every day lives, moves, and has our beingness in God. How grateful I am for this truth. And I bless this day, I bless this service. I bless our speaker this morning, Akili Beckwith, a man of spirit who has walked this path in integrity for many lifetimes. I bless our beloved Reverend Michael where he is. And I know that today is a day that the Lord hath made, and it is good. And so it is. Amen. Peace and blessings.
As our wonderful congregation is coming in, pour yourself in me. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Ooh, wonderful, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful, wonderful Spirit. Pour your love in me. Pour your love into my heart. Oh, oh, wonderful. Pour your love in me. Pour your love into my heart. Oh, 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 wonderful Spirit. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Oh, oh, wonderful Spirit.
Thank you so much, Brenda Lee. Thank you so much, Stanley Bernard. Beautiful reading, deep prayer, as always. I have to just share, this is such a wonderful thing for me to host, and specifically today, Stanley he worked with the children when we first started Agape, so this was 36 years ago. So I have images of him holding my baby on his lap, and now she has her own baby, yes. And Brother Akili and I, we took the offering at the first service, and now here we are today. It's just a heart-centering moment for me, so thank you so much. As always, at Agape, we have a lot going on and appreciate and love every aspect of what moves through this ministry to express God. I'm going to invite practitioner Lynn Alicia Henderson to come forward to simply highlight some of the announcements.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. Good morning, Agape.
Good morning, Lily.
Yay, thank you. So, as Reverend Coco said, we do have a few announcements and highlights for you today, so please visit the Agape website, agapelive.com, for our weekly offerings and also for details on all the things I'm going to talk about. Also, all the times listed are Pacific Standard Time. Yes? Excellent. So, we know that you all love to dance with the Rev on Sundays at Agape, but how would you like to meditate with the Rev? Well, if you thought Reverend Michael has all the moves on stage, then wait until you experience how he gets down and deep into the mechanics and mysticism of meditation. Meditation helps you uncover and discover more of your energetic blueprint, purpose, unique giftedness, and has been scientifically proven to boost your immune and nervous systems and increase focus and mental sharpness. And meditation is fun, am I right? Yes. So, join Reverend Michael and his guest master practitioners, Akili Beckwith, ALSP, Reverend Joan Stedman, Reverend Coco Stewart, and Trish Waddell, ALSP. You can register today for this 5-week course beginning this Tuesday, January 17th. Reverend Michael, he's going to be doing it from Costa Rica. So come on in and join us, and let's have some meditation fun. Yes? Oui? Si? Bueno. All right, now, for meditation today, you have been listening to Soak Sound Frequency Therapy, the clinically proven healing protocol that pairs positive affirmations with specific sound frequencies to provide energetic and cellular alignment. Well, Soak is offering our Agape community an exclusive new opportunity. When you sign up for the 7-day free trial using the code Agape50, you'll receive 50% off all sound Soak frequencies for life. Yes, you only pay half price for the life of your subscription. So go to soak.com, enter the code Agape50, and get your soak on today. Yes. All right. Agape will continue to be open to the public on Sundays for 11 o'clock a.m. meditation and 11:30 fellowship service. Love to see you in person. As always, all of our services are live streamed. And today, the Agape Wise Ones invites the 50-plus community to Zoom with the TAWO gathering today at 2 p.m. Celebrate with these savvy elders to share deeper spiritual love while connecting as divine radiance. Go to agapelive.com and click on the Agape Wise Ones banner to register. Also, the Crisis Support Clinic will return next Monday, January 23rd, and the LGBTQAI Plus Ministry invites everyone to join us at our new time, Saturday, January 21st at 9 a.m. live on Zoom. Our guest speaker, Jennifer Kapler, ALSP, will facilitate an interactive day play process of catching a vision through the creative art. Come and play and create with us. Email lgbt@agapelive.com for the link. And finally, Reverend Michael has put all of his best supplements and superfoods into one easy powder, Adaptozen Superfood Greens. Try it. You'll find that it tastes great, and even in just water. So try the bundle and get your monthly supply with the Adaptozen Vitamin D3 plus K2 to boost your immunity in these stressful times. Order yours today. Go to NutriWise.com, click on the Adaptozen, and get 10% off your first order. Yes? Si? Oui? Bueno? Peace and blessings. Till next time, Agape.
Thank you so much, Lynn Alicia. Let us hear from Reverend Michael at this point.
Peace and richest blessings to you. You know who I am, Michael B. Beckwith, the founder of Agape International Spiritual Center. And today, you're in for a real treat. You have Master Practitioner Akili Beckwith bringing the message. You have soulful Nina Gray bringing the soulful music. You've had possibly by this time the Reverend Coco Stewart leading the way of meditation service, and so much more. So today I want you to be available to the message coming through all 3 of these channels and more. I've had the privilege of this week teaching at the Rhythmia Life Advancement Center, so this week I've been teaching and counseling. But as of this particular moment, I'm taking a moment to rest. I'm going to be here in Costa Rica this next week with my daughter and my son, and we're going to hang out and I'm going to replenish. And so today, be full of the Spirit, be full of the love, be full of all that's pulling you to Agape, and allow it to emerge. And so much good is waiting for you right now. We're in the theme, how to have a beautiful life. I want you to do so. Peace and blessings.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Reverend Michael. He's watching, so you can put in the chat, hello, love you to him. Nina Gray will step up again for our next musical inspiration in a moment. I want to take a moment to have a more formal introduction of Akili Beckwith. If you don't know him, of course, you are in for a powerful, powerful teaching from his direct knowing of the God of his own soul and source of being. He began, as he says, his formal metaphysical studies at Guidance Church of Religious Science under the tutelage of the teacher's teacher, Dr. Daniel Morgan. Shortly thereafter, Agape began, and he became an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner here under the teaching of Reverend Dr. Michael. He's been a facilitator in many of our classes here at the center over the years, and he is co-manager of Alice's Quiet Mind bookstore for many years. He's facilitated and participated in sacred pilgrimages to various parts of the world, such as West Africa, East Africa, Peru, India, and Kemet. He considers himself a lifelong student of the spiritual sciences, constantly inspired into greater unfoldment of his spiritual identity. And as I also know, he was exploring and having a deep dive into meditation before he ever started his studies at Guidance. Lifelong student, magnificent teacher. You're going to get a lot out of this, so prepare your consciousness. Nina Gray, please come forward with our next musical inspiration, and then Akili will step up directly thereafter.
Thank you. This is a song, Oceans, by Hillsong United. When I heard this song, it came at a time where my spirit really needed a reminder of how supported, how loved, how guided we all are. So may this song hit your heart in a good way. You call me out across the water, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in the oceans deep. My faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. Well, I am yours and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet will fail and fear surrounds me, you've never failed and you won't start now. And keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. Well, I am yours and you are mine. And you are mine, line, this prayer. Spirit, lead me where my feet can wander, where my faith will be made stronger in the presence of Creator. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of Creator. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. May we walk upon your waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of Creator. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of Creator. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon your waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of Creator. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of Creator. And keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. Well, I am yours, and you are mine.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Nina Gray, turn this way. Thank you so much. I am yours, she is saying. Am I on?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good morning and welcome to the Agape Spiritual Center. As we know, agape means the love of God, our Creator, operating in what they call the human heart. And I know human means God-man, because God is all there is. So, as my brother and colleague, Reverend Jason, last week said, there's so much. So as an alchemist and as a distillery, we get to distill everything down into a spoken word. So I'm going to attempt to do that now as I allow that which created me to have its way through and as me. So I am personally giving thanks in advance for all that we create, those that are in the sanctuary and those that are viewing. We all are co-creating this particular service. So I invite you just for a moment, if you already haven't. Nina has allowed us, and the band as well, to open our hearts. I invite you to just move your awareness into your heart space and open your heart so that Spirit can have access. And we create a wonderful atmosphere where the Spirit is caught. Because Ernest Holmes once said that we don't come to metaphysical churches to hear something new. We've heard it all before. But each of us being unique and individual expressions of the one, we all deliver it a particular way. So my particular way is I have decided many years ago to laugh my way into the kingdom. Now, what does that mean? It means that everything that it seemed to be very serious is not as serious as I thought it was. It's important, but not serious. So back in the day when I was studying with the Ascended Masters, that particular teaching, there were beings, I don't even believe I'm talking about this. This isn't even my topic. But anyway, they have beings called laughing chelas, and they would laugh their ways over the hills in the Himalayas. And I was captured by that idea. It's like, oh, this is a direct polarity to how I was feeling in my life. A bit disconnected, a bit guilty, whatever. All that stuff over there. So I'm so happy to be here today. This is Martin Luther King's birthday. And next week we'll be celebrating the anniversary of the ascension of Thich Nhat Hanh. And for those of you that don't know, after Martin Luther King Jr. received his Nobel Peace Prize, 3 years later, he nominated Thich Nhat Hanh for the Nobel Peace Prize. So when I think about those two individuals on this particular auspicious day, I think about the tough-mindedness that Martin Luther King Jr. had, and I think about the tender heart of Thich Nhat Hanh. Tough-minded, tender-hearted, that is what we're called to be. So, that's where I'll begin. My message is, or the message of the Spirit of my heart, is from the light, through the darkness, back to the light, we have a say. What does that mean to me? It means that in the beginning, God, or Creator, or the nominal unknowable substance that chose to see itself in form. It vibrated, or it spoke its word. Whatever it did in that divine, intelligent way, it moved upon itself and came into form. And here we are, in form as that image. So, in the beginning, God, in the beginning, light, in the beginning, Ra. Yes, Ra. My best friend is named Ra. So it's easy to remember the light of God. When I say Ra or when I say light, that is what we are. I've heard my brothers say we are filaments of light, and we are the light itself. So in the beginning, God, through the darkness, back to the light. What is that darkness, Akili? Well, that is the incarnational process. All of us, metaphorically and literally, actually turned our back on the light when we came into incarnation. Many incarnations ago. That is part of what we call the game of life. To turn our back, come into incarnation, make a mess, and heal it from the light as the image and likeness, as the substance of God, as the good of God, as the love of God, coming into incarnation so that we could see ourselves, so that spirit could see itself in form. So through what is called the darkness of the incarnation, we turned our backs and we made a mess. So what? That is a part of it. Nina mentioned that in one of her songs. I can't remember the exact lyric, and it doesn't matter. but coming through the darkness of incarnation, forgetting ourselves, and then ultimately remembering ourselves. Because in truth, we never left the light. We never left what is called the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is in our mind and in our consciousness. So eventually, we all return to the light because the light is all there is. The temporary darkness that we may experience in the incarnational process is temporary, transitory, ephemeral, and not even real. Real in experience with a little r, but not real with the big R. Because as we know as metaphysicians and spiritual students, and even those that aren't students, those people that just love because they feel good loving. Everybody doesn't have to be a teacher or a metaphysician. Everyone already is. Ooh, okay. And that is the process that we all go through to wake up. So, from the light through the darkness of incarnation, through the experiences of feeling separate from our Creator, making up a false identity, that is the darkness that we go through back to the light of spiritual understanding and spiritual realization. We are spiritual scientists. Over the last couple of years, we've heard, follow the science. Have we not? Follow the science. Well, you know what? I followed the science, and I followed spiritual science. I followed what my Creator created. I didn't listen, I'm going to say it, I didn't listen to Dr. Fauci. I didn't listen to all these beings that are scientists. I'm listening to the spiritual scientist. From Ernest Holmes to Dr. Michael Beckwith to Dr. Caroline Fuqua to all of the spiritual teachers that stand as the truth and in the truth and teach it through their living and through their speaking. I'm attempting to do that now. So we have a say. From the light through the darkness, back to the light, we have a say. And guess what? We've been saying it our whole life. Look at your life. You've been saying who you are, and what your practice is by looking at your life. So, what do I know? First and foremost, who am I? And who do I say I am? What do I know? And what do I practice? In the beginning, God. God already said, you are my beloved innocent. Go forth and multiply me. I created you in my image and likeness, my wholeness, my completeness, my richness, my power, my intelligence, my love. That is what the Creator is. All of that and more. And oh my God, aren't we very fortunate to be gifted with this sweet life where we get to have a say. We get to agree or disagree temporarily with the divine edict, as it said in Star Trek, the prime, what is it? The prime directive. The prime directive was, you are mine, go forth and multiply yourself. Now, you're going to forget yourself. You're going to incarnate and think you're a body. You're going to think your mother and your father are your creator. You're going to think your teachers are filling you with information and knowledge for you to transform your life. That's not true. We are loaded and coded in our being. And our body also has all the cannabinoids and all the little stuff that's needed to activate our cosmic memory. So, if I agree, and I'm inviting you to agree what the Creator has said about us. Whole, complete, perfect being. I get to agree or disagree. I have a say. So when I look, as I was listening to Reverend Coco read my little bio that I jotted down for her to read, a couple things were missing. A couple things that were missing were the darkness that I went through, the falling and getting back up and dusting myself off. Reverend Stanley mentioned that I've walked this walk of integrity for many lifetimes. In this lifetime, I could look at myself and say, well, you weren't integrous in this area, brother, and you weren't integrous there. But guess what? Integrity means whole. It doesn't mean doing what people think you should do. It doesn't even mean, oh, I made an agreement, so I need to fulfill that. That may be true, but my original agreement is to do my Father and Mother God's will. Hear me. Integrity means wholeness. I'm already whole. I can't add a jot nor a tittle to my being. God created me. Guess what? I'm good. You're good. And we get to use our creative word to create a beautiful life. The theme for this month is how to create a beautiful life. First and foremost, identity. Who, as I said already, who do I say I am? Am I in agreement? Am I in harmony? Am I in tune with the prime directive that said, go forth and multiply your consciousness. Go forth and multiply the good so that the Creator can have an experience of itself in form. Because I know the nominal, formless spirit is just that. It's nominal. It's not phenomenal until it comes into form. But here it is, in phenomenal form, having an experience of itself, of its wonder, of its joy, of all of the words that could possibly describe that nominal something. How sweet is that? That we have the gift of agreeing or disagreeing. I am allowing what is on my heart to come through. I have a tough mind and I have a tender heart. And each and every experience that I look at that I've walked through has softened my heart. And I've been through a lot of experiences that could have hardened my heart. Just as all of us have had many experiences where our hearts could be hardened based on our experience and not on the truth of our being. Hear me now. Catch what is under my words, because what I'm feeling is so much more than I can say. And I just want to say that the importance of spiritual teaching is to remember that thought, the original thought of God, is what we are, and we've been gifted with thought in order to create. And what we know now as spiritual scientists, hear me, scientists, not hoping and wishing, but scientifically wrapping our thought in our feeling nature and creating after the likeness of God. Does that make sense? We are pure, unadulterated thought. Thought moves faster than light. We are taught in middle school that nothing's faster than light. The speed of light, everything goes at the speed of light. But faster than that is thought. So every thought that I think is creating something. So it impels me and inspires me. When I say me, I mean us. It inspires us to watch our thinking, not our egotistical, separated thinking. Those are meaningless thoughts because they come from a sense of lack and limitation. That is what the Course in Miracles called meaningless thoughts. But God did not make a meaningless world, because God created us to reveal God's thought about the world. So we get to use our thought in alignment with the divine the divine impetus, or the prime directive, or the Word of God to create a beautiful life. How do we create a beautiful life? What did I say in the beginning? By identifying first with our Creator, agreeing, calling myself by my true name, and then beginning to think in harmony with the Spirit of the living God, and using all of the principles that we know as metaphysicians to create a beautiful life. The beautiful life is written on our heart and in our heart. And through our prayerful, meditative life, through our, as the reading said, our sweet surrender to that which created us, that which cradles and carries us inside of itself. After we do that, it's what they call a lay down. All we have to do is lean in with a little bit of willingness and a whole lot of love and a whole lot of dedication and devotion, and allow that which created us to move through us and show us what a beautiful life is. Now, sometimes we think a beautiful life is having everything that we want. Not everything that we need, but everything that we want. And that is good too. Oh, yes. And that can be a ruse, you know? A lot of us have a whole lot of money and a whole lot of stuff. And we think that's the kingdom of God. There used to be, okay, keep going. There used to be what I would call the prosperity cult in metaphysical circles, that if you didn't have money, that means you didn't have a consciousness of good. BS. That's a belief system that is partially true, but not fully true. And as I'm reminded now, as Reverend Kokos was reading my bio, I was thinking about my cosmology. My cosmology is big. It's not religious by itself. It's not just Commission or just Christian or just Indian. It includes all indigenous teachings that reveal the presence of God. So I like to just go like this and say it's all God and it's all good. And more than that, I have a say. That's what the topic is. I have a say. Why do I have a say? And what am I saying? Am I just repeating metaphysical principles? Or am I catching it and allowing it to change my being? Or change my mind about my being, change my thinking, change my attitude. As Patti LaBelle would say, I got a new attitude. We got to have a new attitude based on truth, cosmic truth, eternal truth, changeless truth, not the ephemeral that changes from day to day, not the belief system that changes based on new information, but based on the eternal truth of our being. How do we do that? How to me? When I hear myself saying how, I know I don't want to do it. I'm telling you the truth. I've done my own research on myself. It's like all the times I would ask how, it means I really didn't want to do it, because there is no how. There is only a receptive consciousness that allows the how, the what, and the who to express. That is the Creator. That's not me. I'm looking at Reverend Dion here, and we study together in the Course in Miracles. And constantly, we are told we did not create ourselves. Therefore, I'm not really responsible, except for my thinking and my feeling nature. If I stay in tune with that, everything unfolds in perfection for perfection. Because remember, our being is what God created. So, what a relief to know I didn't create myself, because I would screw this up. But there's no way we can mess this up. From the light, through the darkness, back to spiritual understanding. Now, I'm thinking of my niece right now. This morning I had a wonderful conversation with my favorite niece. She's my only niece, but I still call her my favorite. And we had a wonderful conversation about my life, where I started and where I am now, and all of the experience, mystical. Oh my God, where am I going with this? I'm going to the truth. And what she supported me in was this very thing right here, that everything is already done in the mind and heart of God. And to the degree that we step into that awareness and allow that cosmic intelligence to flood our awareness, everything, as I said before, unfolds easily and gracefully because I say so. I was speaking with a good friend client the other day, and they were describing their experience as brutal, their awakening as brutal, their healing as brutal. And as I listened, I could hear, oh yeah, I remember saying that this was a hellish experience 50 years ago. I didn't understand that it was light through darkness back to light. I thought it was just darkness, and I had to fight my way out of it. So as I heard that, and we spoke more, we came to the conclusion that we get to say even how our awakening happens. Now, hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're in control of our awakening, because that's foolishness. But the Spirit, which is absolute love, absolute compassion, absolute, it's not punishing us. It's gently awakening us to our true self. That can't be brutal unless I'm just totally unwilling and resistant to the awakening. I don't know any butterfly who resisted coming out of that chrysalis to be a butterfly. As a caterpillar, all those steps, once again, I'm going to use all this, all those steps that the caterpillar has, that is moving through the darkness. That is moving through life. That is moving through incarnation until we get to that point to where we say, and we move into the chrysalis of our being as alchemists, as distilleries, and we go through and we actually, as it says biblically, we die to our old self. We act as the caterpillar actually turns to water and then becomes a butterfly. It is actually a new creation. Each of us have the potential and will eventually become a new creation after the likeness of God. But through that darkness, we forget that we're already done. So, what am I saying here in essence? I'm saying it's all good. And I'm not denying any of the ephemeral experiences that serve as the Nautilus machines to get us ready to leap into butterflyhood, so to speak. I was reading the other day, and I was sharing on a class that the bison, the American bison, don't like the rain. They don't like rainstorms. So over their evolutionary process, they learned that if they ran toward the storm would come over their head, they'd be wet temporarily, but then the storm would pass. And if they ran away from the storm, they would stay wet all the time. That's us. We get to turn and look at our fears, our concerns, our darkness, and through the light of our third eye, through the light of our heart, that stuff is vanquished because the real truth in that darkness is the light of God. The darkness and the light are both the same. They're both the same. But if I don't know that, life can be kind of awkward and hellish. Yes? Thank you, Victor. The point I am trying to make and reiterate is underneath what I'm trying to say. Take a breath with me as I breathe and allow Spirit, which is breath, access to my awareness. And I remember Alice Geneva Beckwith calling me a gypsy. And I'm a Gemini sun sign, and that's just a roadmap. That's not my identity. But from the light, all that Godness is expressed through the stars and constellations and astrological signs, and those things are just roadmaps for our mastery of ourself. So, as a young Gemini, I used to drive my mother crazy because I was two people, and she could never figure out who I was until a lady named Terry McFadden said, "Oh, he's a Gemini. This is how you deal with him." And she changed her approach, and she led me, as Reverend Michael reminded me, to meditation. I started with transcendental meditation and continued various meditative techniques that always were designed to open my heart, not just quiet my mind, quiet the mind so my heart can open. Like Thich Nhat Hanh, tender-hearted but tough-minded, so that we could walk, so us could walk through all of the earthly experiences with an inner GPS that would guide us through whatever incarnational process we have gone through or need to go through to wake back up, back in the light. It's guaranteed that we move through the darkness of ignorance, of avarice, of a sense of separation, back to the light of our heart. That is what they call the game of life. I think Florence Scovel Shinn and various other authors have used that as book titles. The game of life and how to play it. How do we play the game of life? Identity first, thought, feeling. Where I put my attention grows. That is, here we come, law. That's the bottom line. Love and law. Love as law. The Spirit of the living God moved upon itself and created through law the good. So whether your good is my good does not matter. How do I apply my thinking lawfully so that I can experience and co-create a beautiful life? As I said before, the beautiful life is already written on our heart. We are here to remove the blocks to that awareness, that cosmic and so-called human awareness, that right where I am, right where you are, right where we are, is the only game in town. It is the God game. And when we wrap our thought with real feeling of what we really are, magic happens. And I don't mean the magic that comes and goes. I mean the magic of God, the true mystical scientific magic that we didn't create, that we are a part of though, and we have the gift of being that, what is that? Tip of the spear, some people say. We are that pyramid. We are at the tip of that. And we get to reveal the absolute love of God. Yes. I'm just getting started, Reverend Coco. I'm just kidding. So what have I said here today in the first service? From the beginning. From the light through the darkness, back to the light. Hear me now. That is our walk. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, remember where you began is where you're going to end. And the truth of the matter is you never left. We just are having a real experience with a small r, a real visceral experience, sometimes of separation, sometimes happiness, temporary, sometimes love, temporary, sometimes prosperity and abundance, temporary. But over here, when we identify with our true self and allow that to flow through us, that thought wrapped in our feeling, we have true love, true abundance, true joy, and that carries us always. Once again, as the reading, I was chuckling when Reverend Stanley read that, because that's what always comes to my mind. I'm cradled. We are cradled in the presence. We're cradled in the presence. Just as mothers cradle their children and give them the substance that they need so that their body will grow. We're being cradled by the infinite nature of God always. As Nina said, I am yours and you are mine. There is only one life, one power, one presence, one act, one activity, God activity. That is what we are involved in as spiritual scientists. Please follow the science of self-realization, the science of the heart-mind, the science of God. It's true, it's guaranteed, it's pure law. With that awareness, I invite you to turn within because my time is up. Yes. But what I want to say, I want to remind you, tough-minded, disciplined, focused, studied, but tender-hearted. Keep your heart open. Allow spirit to flow through your heart chakra and fill all of your chakras. Everything spins together when your heart's right. And everything works together for our good. So, as we turn within, Brenda Lee, this is such an auspicious moment to be on this stage with you. You have no idea. As I think about Martin Luther King Jr. and I think about your walk, I think about my brother Anthony and my brother Michael. We were in the crucible of the civil rights movement growing up. My formative years were in the civil rights movement. So Martin Luther King Jr., I'm not going to say has a special place, but it has a deep place in my heart, just as Thich Nhat Hanh has. And that's why I brought those two together, because it really represents who we are as beings. You know what I mean? We're here to create a beautiful life. And we had to go through the darkness of what they called civil rights in order to remember we're all in this together. There's only one life. I don't care what race or gender or whatever you think your specialness is. At the end of the day, you're going to be God expressed, and that's the truth. So with that awareness, let us turn within just for a moment as we enter into prayer. I invite you to close your eyes if you like. And in that invisible darkness, being darkness and the light are the same, I invite you to just surround these beings that I'm going to speak their name about, knowing their wholeness in the Spirit. We're speaking the word for Erica Henderson, knowing that right where beloved Erica is, the fullness of God is already resident within her being, and we recognize it and call it forth as total healing and total well-being. We know the same for Tom O'Leary. Right where Tom O'Leary is, the presence of pure spirit is alive within him. We recognize it, and we know the truth about him. We know total wellness and total well-being for Tom O'Leary. For Stephanie Towns and the entire family, for Uncle Bob. We know right where Uncle Bob is, the presence of God is radiating and resonating through his entire being, revealing wholeness and wellness. We know this not only for Uncle Bob, but for the entire Towns family. And for Shorea, for Aunt Shanez. Right where Aunt Shanez is, the presence of God is. The presence of love is. The presence, as we say at Agape, that is not an absence. The presence of love, the presence is right where all of these individuals are, right where we are, and it is the only thing there is in truth. So having spoken that word, we also hold Trish Soto in our heart as she's releasing her dog, Marlin. We know the comfort that Marlin has given to Trish as she's walked this walk. So if anyone crosses your heart mind that you believe needs to be acknowledged prayerfully, speak their name out loud or silently, but bring them to your heart mind and know the truth about them. That there's one life, that life is God, that life is whole, that life is complete, that life is omnipresent, meaning it is omniactive everywhere as itself. It is omnipotent, it is the only power there is. And yes, it is omniscience, omniscience, someone once said. It is the science, the sacred geometry of God revealing itself in and through all of us. In this awareness, I rest thankful, purely aware that God is, I am. And we let it be so. And so it is.
That holdeth the reins. Something within me, oh, that banishes pain. Something within me I cannot explain. All that I know, oh, there's something within.
So, as we ride the wave of beloved Brenda's voice and vibration, we give thanks for all of the abundance, all of the prosperity, all of the good that the presence of God is, and as it reveals itself through our life. I invite Reverend Coco to come forward and do what she does.
Yes, so now is the time to begin to prepare your tithes, your gifts, your donations, your offerings, whatever you may want to call this. We appreciate it so much. I invite you, as you do this, to think about the giftedness you've received from Agape, whether it's now, in the recent past, the distant past, whatever it may be. Allow that gift of gratitude to rise up in your soul. The ways you can give are coming up on your screen. We have different ways. You can text GIVE, G-I-V-E, to the number 424-321-6243, and your phone will lead you through this. When you follow the direction, it will take you through how to donate, how to set that up as a one-time donation, or you can set it up to give on a regular basis. Of course, there's our wonderful new QR code that's coming up here. If you're in the sanctuary and you hold it up to the screen, it will take you directly to the place that you can donate. If you're on your computer, you can follow that. I really appreciate it, because if you're whatever platform you're on, if you're on YouTube, if you're on one of our Facebook pages, either Agape's or Dr. Michael's, use the QR code, because it'll lead you directly to the donation. If you're on Agape's Facebook page, if you're on Agape's website, you can, of course, you're on a safe, secure website, you can push the donate button and everything moves through. Some people still like to write an old-fashioned check. I know some of us like to do a little bit of everything, so if you do, yes, it's fun, prosperity, abundance. You can make it out to Agape and mail it to the address on the screen, Agape International Spiritual Center, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills 90211. If you're here in the sanctuary, you want to write a check, you can drop it in the drop box as you leave. Those are all the ways. Just continue to prepare your offering. We'll come back in a moment. We have a chant now with Brenda Lee.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star. You'll feel part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you never heard before. On a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever. You can see forever. You can see forevermore. On a your being outshines every star. You will feel a part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near before. On a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever. You can see forever. You can see forevermore. Miss Karen Hammock. Mr. Dwayne Augustine on the bass song. Mr. Josh Clare on the guitar. I'm one of the greatest drummers in the whole world, y'all. Mr. Raven Griffin. You will feel a part of every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a word you never heard before. On a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever. You can see forever. You can see forever, evermore. You can see forevermore.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
God bless you, Agape.
Love that. I love that. Thank you. So once again, I just invite you to join with me in awareness. And you've been preparing your gifts and moving the energy in that direction. But I want you to join with me so we have a united state of consciousness around the offering. It makes it more powerful for you and for the movement of it and for Agape. So join me. And together in a united state of consciousness, just in your own heart, you can be saying, divine love through me blesses and multiplies this offering. It is pressed down and running over as a blessing and a benediction for the giver and the receiver. It is blessed because I make it so. And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me. So, blessed, beautiful, bright day. Akili's coming out one more time. He's going to introduce something, and we'll have another chant, and he'll do the benediction. But give him some love on the chat. Woo-hoo. Yay! Stand over.
Yes, very thoughtful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now we're going to introduce I'm introducing an audio clip of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It speaks for itself.
And people ask me about it all the time. So what do you mean when you tell us to love these people who are beating on us and bombing our houses and kicking our children around? What in the world do you mean when you say love such people? And I always have to stop and try to define the meaning of love in this area. And interestingly enough, Greek philosophy comes to our aid at this point. There are 3 words in the Greek language for love. One of them is the word eros. Now, eros is a sort of aesthetic love. It has come to us to mean a sort of romantic love, and so we all know about eros. We've experienced it. We read about it in the beauties of literature. Then the Greek language talks about phileo, which is another level of love. It is an intimate affection between personal friends. On this level, we love because we are loved. We love people that we like. This is friendship. Then the Greek language has another word called agape. Agape is more than romantic love. Agape is more than friendship. Agape is not something affectionate. Agape is understanding, creative, redemptive goodwill for all men. It is an overflowing love which seeks nothing in return. Theologians would say that it is the love of God operating in the human heart. And when one rises to love on this level, he loves men not because he likes them, but he loves every man because God loves him. He goes on with that.
Oh, yes. So here at the Agape International Spiritual Center, we are keenly aware of the love of God operating in and through our heart. It's called agape, and it's more than that word can possibly encompass. So with that awareness, let us stand with tough minds and tender hearts and allow the Spirit of the living God that created each of us out of its self to go before us, making our way its way, and that way is good. For all things, said and unsaid, we rest confidently and sure in the divine love that is revealed through perfect law. We let it be so, and so it is. Amen, amen, aho, ashe, alhamdulillah. Let it be so.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God. Say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Beautiful.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Akili did the benediction, so we know we're blessed and a blessing. I want to remind you to go to the website and sign up for Dr. Michael's 2.0 meditation class right now. Love you. See you next service.
All right.